Are they wearing the same shoe? No. This one is what? And the other one? Same trouser. This one is what? And this one? Let me tell you. Now, if you step out, whether you are here and he is here, you see this young man, he's not finer than this one. No. You see this one, he's not finer than this one. Anyhow you are, nobody is better than you are. Okay, you will understand it later. Now look at that. This one looks like once money begins to pop in now, you see her look like me. You see her have flesh. Once she begins to, you know, do you have deeper life? Yeah. Oh, there's deeper life. Once he begins to eat good food now, here we become full gospel. This thing will not be here anymore. Now let me explain. I want to go back to your seat. I wanted to just use this little thing to let you know that you are really, really different. You are. And so don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I'll tell you a little bit of my story. Apparently to help you. It will guide you. At 9 years, one day, I was walking in the parlor. We were living in Ukuta. So I wanted to go and, I don't know what my mother said I should go and do. As I passed, I noticed that the mirror by my side, I saw myself in the mirror. This is our mirror. I've always used the mirror. It never meant anything to me. I know you use the mirror to look at yourself. Adjust your powder, your makeup, your dress, or sometimes stand in there and begin to blab and do nonsense. But that day, I just saw myself in the image. I came back. I looked at the mirror again, and I started talking to the mirror. And as I talked, I saw I was talking to myself. I smiled. I was smiling at myself. I said, oh, so the easiest way to talk to me is to look at the mirror. So when I look at the mirror, any image I see in the mirror is me. So when I want to talk to me, I should look at my image. Now it sank the meaning of the scripture that God made me in his image. Okay, you understand? So anybody who sees me, I look like God. The reason why you can't comprehend God is you're wondering, how can I look like him? And Pastor Great will look like him, and she will look like him. This is the mystery about God. And to tell you that God is God, not a man. So God made you. If he made you in his image, then you look like him. And he made me. You know why Juju no go kill me? If you see me in the dream, you will be the runner, not me. It's you that will run. Why would I run? If I see you in the dream, I will beat you. I've discovered that I'm stronger in my dream than physical. Sometimes I wonder, I wish I could get that kind of physical, that kind of strength that I see in the spiritual and bring it up in the physical. That way, if you see me, they will be macho all over my body. And when people look at me, they will run. Because whenever you lay down to sleep, what sleeps is the container. The content is alive. So the one that dreams the dream is not the container, but the inner you. So whenever you are in the dream and they slap you anyhow, it means the spirit man is not fed well. Because whenever the spirit man is enough food and is strong and the container goes to sleep, when the spirit gets up, is strong and energized. And anybody looking at the spirit will run away because he eats well. Are you listening? Yes. So this is the reason why masquerade saw you and was flogging you. This is the reason why somebody slapped you and 2 sets of teeth came down. This is the reason why, because it is the spirit that is alive spiritually. And life is spiritual. And it takes the spirit man to control life. You can't control spirit with human analysis. You will fail. So if this man made me in his image, so I look like him. There is this analysis about God that nobody needs to sit you down to explain. Ask yourself, how was I formed? If you can't explain it, then you cannot explain God. But if you can, then look at God as that God that no man can win. Look at him as somebody that when he's beside you, anybody planning evil is wasting his or her time. So as I passed, I saw myself. And I saw myself in the image, in the mirror. I stopped. I looked at that thing. I drew a seat. I sat down. I was 9 years. And I started talking to the image. The very first thing I said was that I'm going to be a global figure. And I will say, yeah. And I will also see my image say, yeah. So my image was listening to my words. So my image was, I tell people, watch your words because your ear is listening to your word. Your nose is listening. The husbandman is the first partaker of whatever you say. If you say it is bad, from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet, the number one beneficiary of your statement is you. You hear it first before another person. So I sat down and I drew a chair closer. And I said, I'll stand out. I'll be a global figure. Then my mother passed. My mother was a hospital orderly. You know who a hospital orderly is? The women who clean the hospitals. You know them? Their uniform is blue. You know them. That was who she was. So I saw her pass, but that day she was wearing a skirt and a t-shirt. And on the t-shirt was written UN. And when she passed, I didn't know what UN was. But I told myself, I will also visit UN. I will go to UN. I will speak to UN. And then, along the line, so either the television or the radio was talking about running a commentary. And then I heard Harvard. I said, yes, Harvard and Oxford. That was why I held on to, I will never go to university if it is not Oxford or Harvard. My father promised to take me to Oxford, but he couldn't do it because by the time I was ready to go to the university, the crisis in my town that took lives and properties had occurred. So we were all refugees, and that was not done. But that was what I said to myself. I'll go to Harvard. I'll go to UN. I'll be a global figure. I will stand up. So my mother heard me while I was talking, and he came closer, and I noticed he was crying. She was crying. And I said, Nene, why are you crying? She said, if only God had kept even one of her sons alive, she would have been happy. And that was the first time I looked at her and I said, whatever a man can do, I personally will do it for you. Because there was a no way. There was something that took me over that day. I said, is that me? So since this is the only way I can talk to me, I don't joke with you. Go to my office. If you enter my office, you will not believe you are in Nigeria. Yes, ma'am. People come there and say, it doesn't look like where it is. I take my